Dear friends, welcome to biology class. All are you fine? Okay. You know this simple experiment? In this experiment, some white flowers with tick are placed in colored water. After a few hours, we can see the color change of flowers. From this experiment, we can understand the path of water movement is through the vascular bundles. Now we have to go further and try and understand the mechanism of movement of water and other substances up a plant. Yes, our today's topic, long distance transport of water. Long distance transport of water. Diffusion is a slow process. It accounts for only short distance movement. Example, movement of molecules across a typical plant cell take about 2.5 seconds. Long distance transport systems are necessary to move substance faster across long distance. Movement of substance in bulk from one point to another due to pressure difference between 2 points is called mass flow or bulk flow. Water, minerals, and food are generally moved by a mass flow system. Mass flow is the movement of substance, that is, water, minerals, and food, in bulk from one point to another as a result of pressure difference between 2 points. In mass flow, substances are swept along at the same pace as in a flowing river. But in diffusion, different substances move independently depending on their concentration gradients. Bulk flow is achieved either through a positive hydrostatic pressure gradient or a negative hydrostatic pressure gradient. Bulk movement of substance in long distance through the conducting tissues. These are the xylem and phloem, that is called translocation. The bulk movement of substances through the conducting or vascular tissue of plant is called translocation. Absorption of water and minerals occurs by diffusion through millions of root hairs present at the root tip. Root hairs increases the surface area for absorption. The absorbed water is moved deeper into root layer by two pathways. These are apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. Water is absorbed by root hairs, then water moves up to xylem by two pathways, apoplast and symplast pathway. First one, apoplast pathway. It is the system of adjacent cell walls that is continuous except at the Casparian strip of the endodermis in the roots. It is the system of adjacent cell walls that is continuous except at the Casparian strip of the endodermis in the roots. It occurs exclusively through the intercellular spaces and the walls of the cells. It does not cross the cell membrane. Water movement through apoplast is dependent on gradient and occurs through mass flow. It depends on gradient and occurs through mass flow. The apoplast does not provide any barrier to water movement. Not provides any barrier to water movement as water evaporates into the intercellular space or the atmosphere. Tension develops in the continuous stream of water in the apoplast. Hence, mass flow of water occurs due to the adhesive and cohesive properties of water. Adhesive and cohesive properties of water. Apoplast pathway. It is a system of adjacent cell walls that is continuous except at the Casparian strip of the endoplasm in the roots. Casparian strip of the endoplasm in the roots. It occurs exclusively through the intercellular space. Occurs through the intercellular space and the walls of the cells. It does not cross the cell membrane. It does not cross the cell membrane. It does not provide any barrier to water movement. As water evaporates into the intercellular space or the atmosphere, tension develops in the continuous system of water in the apoplast. Hence, mass flow of water occurs due to the adhesive and cohesive properties of water. This pathway is the apoplast pathway. Second pathway is the simplest pathway. Simplest pathway. It is the system of interconnected protoplast. This is system of interconnected protoplast. In this pathway, water travels through the cytoplasm. Intercellular movement is through the plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata, that is the junction between neighboring cells through which the cytoplasmic strands extend. In simplest pathway, water travels through the cytoplasm. Intercellular movement is through the plasmodesmata. Water has to enter the cells through the cell membrane. Hence the movement is slower. Movement is down a potential gradient. Simplistic movement may be aided by cytoplasmic streaming. Its best example is the hydrilla leaf. In the movement of chloroplast due to cytoplasmic streaming is easily visible. Most of water flows in the root occurs where the apoplast, since the cortical cells are loosely packed. So water can move without resistance. However, endodermis is impervious to water due to Casparian strip. Casparian strip is a band of suppressed matrix. Casparian strip is a band of suppressed matrix. Endodermis is impervious of water due to Casparian strip. So water molecules are directed to non-submerged wall regions. The water then moves through the simplest and again cross a membrane to reach the xylem. The water movement through the root layer is ultimately simplistic in the endodermis. This is the only way water and solids can enter the vascular cylinder. In young roots, water enters directly into the xylem vessels and tracheids. These are non-living conditions and so are part of the apoplast. Have additional structure for water and mineral absorption. Its example is the mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza, it is the symbiotic association of a fungus with a root system. Fungal filaments form a network around young roots or they penetrate root cells. Hyphae absorb mineral ions and water from soil. Roots provide sugar and nitrogen compounds to mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is a symbiotic association of fungus with a root system. In their fungal filament provides a network around the young roots. Hyphae absorb minerals and water from the soil. But the roots provide sugar and nitrogen components to mycorrhiza. This shows a symbiotic association. Some plants have an obligate association with the mycorrhiza. Its example is the pine trees. In case pine trees, pine seeds cannot germinate and establish without mycorrhiza. In case of pine trees, pine seeds germinate with the presence of mycorrhiza. Water moves up a system against gravity, so it needs energy. Root pressure. As ions from the soil are actively transported into the vascular tissue of the roots, water flows and increases the pressure inside the xylem. This positive pressure is called root pressure. It helps to push up water to small heights in the stem. What is the root pressure? As ions from the soil are actively transported into the vascular tissues of the roots, water flows and increases the pressure inside. This positive pressure is called root pressure. This root pressure helps to push up water to small heights in the stem. During early morning, having atmospheric moisture, cut a soft plant stem horizontally near the base. Drops of solution oozes out of the cut stem. This is due to the positive root pressure. At night and early morning, evaporation is slow. At night and early morning, evaporation is low, so excess water collects as droplets around the special opening of the veins near the tip of grass blades and leaves of many herbivorous plants. Such water loss in liquid phase is called guttation. The water loss in its liquid phase at night and early morning through special openings of vein near the tip of leaves is called guttation. Root pressure can only provide a modest push in the water transport. It has no major role in water movement up tall trees. Greatest role of root pressure is to re-establish the continuous chains of water molecules in the xylem, which often break under the tension created by transpiration. In most plants, majority of water transport occurs by transpiration pull. Water transport occurs by transpiration pull. In plants, the water flow upwards through the xylem achieves fairly high rates. Water is mainly pumped through the plant, and that the driving force for this process is transpiration. This is called cohesive tension transpiration pull. Water is mainly pulled through the plant, and that the driving force for this process is transpiration. This is called cohesive tension transpiration pull. Water is transient in plants. Less than 1% of water reaching the leaves is used in photosynthesis and plant growth. Most of it is lost through the stomata in leaves. This water loss is known as transpiration. The topic transpiration we can discuss in our next class. In this class we are discussing about long distance transport of water. All of you watch this video carefully and study well. See you in the next class. Bye.